Hey guys, it's Aubrey Shaw, and it's that time again where our stats have just come out for last month's real estate, and I'm here to share it with you. Austin, what is going on in our real estate market now? So, we're looking at statistics for the month of March, even though right now we're in the month of April. So, for the month of March, one of the most, I'd say, things that stuck out to me was that our inventory increased a little bit. Not a ton, not a scary amount, but we finally saw, a little gain on our inventory of homes. So that's good because we needed it. So we've seen that go up, which is going to give our buyers more choices. And then we are seeing the number of sales come up again. So we're seeing more sales happen. I personally, on the ground, am seeing a lot of buyers call me, reach out to me, letting me know that they're thinking about doing something. Our interest rates are right at about 6.5%, but they've been around there for a while now. They even popped up to 7% a few months back. But they've been just dancing on 6.5 for a few months, and buyers are getting used to it. And they're starting to think of, they're like, well, we still want to buy a house. We still think buying a house is a great investment. And it is. It's one of the fastest and one of the only paths to build generational wealth. And I would love to talk to anybody about that who wants to, because I'm very passionate about that. But yes, owning a home is a great thing. You've got to live somewhere. Why not own the home that you live in so that can appreciate for you and be a retirement source for you and be something that you can pull out of for loans? It's the bee's knees, y'all. So buyers are realizing okay, interest rates are a little high, but we finally have a little bit of stuff to choose from. They're not crazy high. There's ways to work around them. And, world stuff is kind of chilled at the moment comparatively too. So those buyers are starting to make moves and we're seeing it. So this new inventory that's come on, it is getting scooped up. We are seeing a few multiple offers out there even. This feels on the ground to me like, oh, wow, this could be a hot spring because we've gotten a little bit of inventory, but not a whole lot. And the buyers are coming out and we're seeing a few multiple offers even. I don't think it's going to be the craze, but I think that this could be a great spring healthy market for sellers and buyers. And I would say the most, thing I'm hearing on the street the most is that interest rates might fall in May. Of course, everybody's guessing, but the guy that I think is the smartest right now says interest rates are going to be in the 5% in May. So if that happens and this activity that we have is happening, that's a good spring. So what else is going on? New homes. New homes have been killing it out there, and it's made it hard to be a resale property that's been on the market because new homes were able to offer that low interest rate, and they were able to offer closing costs for buyers to, lower their entrance into a house, and they were able to give them sick deals, prices on the houses too. That's, not something that a resale owner can do unless they've lived in the home for years and years and years. So new homes have been taking the lion's share of the closed deals so far this year, but they cannot keep up with all the building they're doing. And a lot of their activity is still closing out contracts from 2022 because, there were such delays on materials and they are still closing deals that they contracted in early 2022. So some of that activity we're seeing is that leftover. And what is about to happen is right now we're looking at March stats, but when we get to May stats, June stats of this year, that's when our market kind of fell. And that's when all these real estate stats that say inventories 400% up and sales are 25% down and prices are 10% down. And that's what this month's news is. Home sale prices are 10% below what they were this same month in 2022. 10% lower. That's not that bad after a 50% increase. But once we get into those May, June months when we weren't in that, and we're not comparing it to that insane last year's, activity, all of a sudden we're going to look real good in our stats again. We're going to look great. It's going to look like, appreciation's up and inventory's down and all of that. So I'm a little curious what that's going to do with the public, because the whole message is going to be different in just a couple of months, because our statistics are going to look so different, because we won't be comparing them to that crazy, crazy hot California-esque market that we were experiencing. But that brings me to my next question. Why aren't home prices falling? Why aren't they falling? And I've got two reasons for it. And that is that our inventory is still low. There's still not a lot to choose from. So they don't have to lower. They can wait. And the other reason that they can wait, sellers can wait, is that most of them have a very, very low interest rate secured on their home. So they're either hesitant to go and, sell their house, move into another one, and adopt this 6.5 interest rate when currently they have a 2% interest rate, which we'll probably never see again. So it makes it even harder to give it up, and they'll sit for a while. Or because they have such a low interest rate, they'll go buy that other house at 6.5% because they've experienced it. They know you can refi and get it lower, and they'll hope that they can again. But they'll go buy that 6.5. But now because their home is at such a low interest rate, it makes it a really good deal to rent it out and hold on to it and hold on to that investment longer instead of sell it. So those are two reasons why we're not seeing home prices just fall. That and our job market's good. This is not an economic issue. This was just Austin was a really hot spot, and now, the prices really escalated. We did see a decline. It was, I would say, substantial, 20%-ish decline in prices, but it was after this huge bump up, and now we're seeing it stabilize, y'all. We're seeing it stabilize, and I think we could have a great spring for sellers and for buyers. So talk to a realtor that knows what's going on, that you trust and like early on in the process, and listen to them, y'all. Like, this market has been so volatile in the last couple of years. This is not the market we were having in November, December of 2022 even, where just everything was sitting, nothing was really selling. You'd get it under contract, but then the buyer would freak out and drop out of it, 20% of the time. It's not that market anymore. It just a few months later, here we are in this market, the spring market. So let's play ball. I hope I got that analogy right. I'm not good at sports. But thanks, y'all, for hanging in to the end of this video. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their week. I'll see you later.